Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? Hope so you all are fine. Dear students, as in the previous lecture you have learned about how to multiply decimal by 10, 100 and 1000. Now today we are going to start the next topic, that is multiply a decimal by whole number. Okay, you are familiar with the decimal. What is a decimal? Now this is the multiplication of a decimal by a whole number. What is decimal? Decimal is actually a number having a decimal point. Okay, and what is the procedure, that how to multiply a decimal by a whole number? When a decimal number is multiplied by a whole number, the placement of the decimal point is to be considered carefully. So in this multiplication, the important point is the placement of the decimal point. So you should be very careful when you will put the decimal point in the multiplication of the decimal by a whole number. So the number of the decimal places is the product depends on the number of the decimal places in the multiplicand. The number of decimal places in the product depends on the number of decimal places in the multiplicand. Now here in this point there are different points. First one is decimal place. What is decimal place? What is multiplicand? I will explain you these two things with the help of this example. So here you can see 2.43 is a decimal number, because in this number we have a decimal point. This dot is actually a decimal point. 2.43 is a decimal number, and here 2.43 is a multiplicand and 3 is a multiplier. Getting? 2.43 is a decimal number, 3 is a whole number. So in this multiplication sum, 2.43 is called multiplicand and 3 is called multiplier. This dot actually represent the decimal point, and when we multiply this 2.43 by 3, then the answer will be the product. Answer will be the product. So the number of decimal places in the product. In this product, the number of decimal places depends on the number of decimal places in the multiplicand. What is decimal place? You have already learned about the decimal place. Decimal place is actually the number of the digits in after the decimal from left to right. This one is the left side of the decimal, and this one is the right side of the decimal point. So what is decimal place? Decimal place is actually the number of the digits after the decimal point from left to right. So in this decimal number we have 1 and 2 digits after the decimal, so it's 2 decimal place. This number is 2 decimal place because we have 2 digits after this decimal point. Clear? So the number of decimal places in this product of 2.43 multiplied by 3, the number of decimal places actually depends on the number of decimal places in the multiplicand. So whenever you will multiply a decimal number by a whole number, you will forget about the decimal point. Simply multiply this multiplicand by this multiplier, and when you will get the product, then to put the decimal point you will check the multiplicand. How many decimal places are there? In this question we have 2 decimal places, so when we will get the product, in that product we will also use the decimal places according to this multiplicand. So in this sum we have 2 decimal places, so in the product we will also put the decimal point after the decimal from left to right after 2 digits. So I will explain you this whole procedure with the help of these two examples, how to multiply a decimal by a whole number. If the multiplicand has 1 decimal place, then the product should also have 1 decimal place. Now here decimal multiplicand has two decimal places, so the product should also have two decimal places. So to check the decimal places, count the number of the digits after the decimal point in the multiplicand, and then you will place the decimal point after the same number of the digits, counting from left to right in the product. Okay, so let's start the first example. In first example, we have 435.17 multiplied by 17. Now 435.17 is the multiplicand, is a decimal number, and 17 is a whole number, and we are going to multiply a decimal number by a whole number. So firstly we will write this sum in the vertical form, column form. So our number is 435.17 multiplied by 17. So to put the 17, you will start from the ones column. 7 is at the ones place and 1 is at the tens place, and multiplication sign will be along with the multiplier. Now we will start the multiplication. You should be very familiar with the multiplication of the 3 or 4 digit by 2 digit, because you have already learned about this multiplication in your class and also in the grade 4. So let's start. Firstly we will multiply this ones place digit by all these digits. 7 sevens are 49, 7 sevens are 49, 4 is the carry, 7 ones are 7, 7 plus 4 11, 1 is the carry, 7 fives are 35, 35 plus 1 36, 3 will be the carry, 7 threes are 21, 21 plus 3 24, 2 is the carry, 7 fours are 28, 28 plus 2 30. So this one is the product of 435.17 by 7. Now we will multiply this 1 by all these digits. As 1 is in the tens place, so we will cross the ones place, because of 1 place is 0. 1 sevens are 7, 1 ones are 1, 1 fives are 5, 1 threes are 3, and 1 fours are 4. After this multiplication, we will add these numbers. 9 plus 0 is 9. In this place, you can also put the 0, okay? 7 plus 1, 8. 6 plus 1, 7. 4 plus 5, 9. 3 plus 0, 3. 4 plus 3, 7. So, this is the product of 435.17 by 17. Here, this 435.17, this is called multiplicand. This is called multiplicand. This 17 is called multiplier. This 17 is called multiplier. 435.17 is called multiplicand. Now after this multiplication, this answer is called product. This answer is called product. Clear? So 435.17 was a decimal number, and this decimal number is called multiplicand. 17 was a whole number, and this 17 is called multiplier. After the multiplication of this decimal number by whole number, this answer is called product. Now, as I told you, when a decimal number is multiplied by a whole number, the placement of the decimal point is to be considered very carefully. Firstly, your columns should be aligned. Secondly, after multiplication, now the main important point is how to place this decimal in this product. And for this purpose, as I told you, The number of the decimal places in the product depends on the number of decimal places in the multiplicand. So to put the decimal point, you have to check the decimal places in the multiplicand. So in this multiplicand we have 2 decimal places. In this multiplicand we have 2 decimal places. Why? Because after decimal we have 2 digits, 1 and 2. So as after decimal we have 2 digits, so this multiplicand is 2 decimal place. So the number of decimal places in this product depends on the number of decimal places in the multiplicand. So from this in this product we will put the decimal number after 2 digits from this right side. So 1, 2 and decimal points. So the decimal number of the decimal places in the product depends on the number of the decimal places in the multiplicand. As our multiplicand is 2 decimal place, so our product will also be the 2 decimal place. So our answer is 7397.89. This is our required answer. Clear? So the main and important thing is only to put the decimal point very carefully, and that decimal point depends on the decimal places in the multiplicand. As our multiplicand is 2 decimal place, so our product will also be the 2 decimal place. Got it? So we will solve one more example so that your concept will be clear. Next is 21.353 multiplied by 46. 21.353 multiplied by 46. Let's start the multiplication. Now 21.353 is the decimal number and 46 is the whole number. 3 6 are 18. 3 6 are 18 or 6 3s are 18. 1 carry. 6 5s are 30. 30 plus 1, 31. 3 carry. 6 3s are 18. 18 plus 3, 21. 1 is here and 2 is the carry. 6 1s are 6. 6 plus 2, 8. And 6 2s are 12. So this one is the product of 21.353 by 46. Now we will multiply this 4 by all these digits. So we will put cross or 0. 4 3s are 12. Okay, now here is one more thing. As we have the previous carries, so when you will multiply the tens place digits, you can cross out the previous carries because we will get the new carry for the tens place. So 4 3s are 12. 1 is the carry. 4 5s are 20. 20 plus 1, 21. 2 carry. 4 3s are 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 1 carry. 4 1s are 4. 4 plus 1, 5. And 4 2s are 8. So this one is the product of 21.353 by 4. Now we will add these numbers. 8 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. 8 plus 4 is 12. Sorry. 1 carry. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So this one is our required answer. Clear? Now this one is the simple multiplication of the 21.353 by 46. This one is the multiplicand. This one is called multiplicand. This one is called multiplier. And now this is called product. This is called product. Now the main thing is how to place the decimal point in this product, and this decimal point in this product depends on the decimal places in the multiplicand. Now check the multiplicand, how many decimal places are there in this multiplicand we have 3 decimal places. We have 3 decimal places. How? Because after the decimal we have 1, 2, 3 digits. It's mean that our multiplicand is 3 decimal places. So in this product we will also place the decimal point after the 3 digits, 1, 2, 3. So here we will put the decimal point. So our answer is 982.238. Clear? Our decimal places in the multiplicand and decimal places in the product should be same. Clear? Because the decimal places in the product depends on the decimal places in the multiplicand. So dear students, hope so this concept is clear to you, because you have already learned this concept in the classroom. So one assignment will be attached with this lecture. You have to solve that assignment by yourself. Simply you have to multiply the decimal number by the whole number by a simple multiplication method, and at the end when you will get the product you will put the decimal point according to the decimal places in the multiplicand. The decimal places in the multiplicand in the product should be at the same place. So you have to solve the given assignment very carefully. Your column should be aligned, and be careful when you will put the decimal in the product. If you will face any problem during the assignment, you can ask me and you can watch the video again. Okay, thank you.